Hello everyone, welcome to Fableheim and Last Epoch. It's been a while since my first stream for the game, and I haven't made any other content for it, but I have been playing a lot off camera. Playing as my favorite build of all time, the Chill Meister, the Spin to Win. In this game, spinning to winning is a Void Knight Sentinel. I'm level 94. But my build is missing a few critical pieces to not die a horrible and painful death. So I thought I'd bring you along to try and get one of them, and show off a dungeon. Why not? Because I'm fishing for something very important. And one such thing is here in the Monolith of Fate. If you've never seen the Monolith of Fate before, this is the end-game system, and you kind of go through this once. As you can see, I've done 10 out of 10 Monolith completions, or 10 out of 20, I guess. I did them all normally, and then you can come back once you complete these three up here. You have to complete these three and then interact with this thing, which was kind of not intuitive, but that's okay. To activate empowered monoliths. And an empowered monolith is basically the same thing, but at level 100. They're also at level 100. And you can now have corruption. Yeah, look at that. The corruption is set to 100, just like the level of the place. And it increases basically everything. I think so. More damage, more stuff. So you kind of just, you start, where do we start? Down here. And you go through all the different platforms. They have different rewards. They change the enemy difficulty and can add like loot increase or experience increase. And eventually, as you increase the stability of the thing, you can do these quests. But on an empowered monolith, you don't have to do the quests until you get to this one, which is you fight the boss. This boss, in particular, doesn't do anything for me. I don't need anything from Heorot. But I do need to kill him to complete this monolith, to try and roll for an empowered blessing, which are basically just passives you get for completing the monoliths. And we'll see if I can do it. As mentioned, I am missing a few critical pieces here. And all of those pieces pretty much are for not dying. This build is by no means meta or crazy. I know there are some builds out there. There's a Falconer build, a Warlock build, a Beastmaster build, that's what they're called, that are just absolutely insane and can kill everything. This is not one of those builds. I misclicked. This is a funsy build. As you can see, I'm already almost dying. Oh, cool, I only use all my health pots, it's no big deal. I forgot that when he does this AoE thing, I need to chase him down with my shield bash. Which is convenient that I can use it without a shield. He's now in the corner, which is really not good for me. I basically just need to sit on him and spin. Spin, spin, spin. So what I'm looking for here... Oh dear. You get blessings from completing a monolith. And by completing an empowered monolith, you get an empowered blessing. Which is the same thing, but better. And here I'm looking for an increase to my armor. Just a flat, multiplicative percentage armor increase. That'll go a long way to helping me not die. And I also have a few, what's called, prophecies. Where when I kill this guy, I should get some exalted relics. Because I need a very specific affix on my relics. It will also help me not die. The all resistance while channeling, because me spinning here is channeling. I have to be careful though, because I'm about to be out of mana. Unfortunately, I do not replenish my mana while I spin. Usually it's not the big of a deal, but because I have to use my shield slam to catch up with him when he's, you know, moved. Like this. Now I'm out of mana. Negative mana is an interesting mechanic. But we should be good. I'll probably have to run one more time. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. As you can see, I'm not breaking any records by fighting him, but my damage is steady, reliable, chill. Please show me the armor. We got this one again. The endurance threshold is much better. Physical resist, chance to shred. 50% increased armor. What's the range again? Look at that roll. 25 to 55% range, and we rolled a 50. I will take that all day, every day. Boom. So glad I got that. I've rolled for a few other ones, and I missed them every time. They've been whiffs. This game, by the way, gets so much better when you have a good loot filter. When it doesn't show you all the useless crap that you get, oh, it becomes so good. I need a really good necklace as well. My necklaces are kind of trash. Also, we didn't roll anything on these relics. I think they're all garbage, honestly. Okay. Alright. Yep. So, that was that. We have completed this thing, so we can hop back in. And as you can see, we're in the same spot. The stability has gone down, but our progress has remained the same, which allows me to fight this guy. The Shade of Orobyss, or whatever his name is, Orobyss, is very important to climbing through the monoliths. When you defeat him, it adds corruption to the entire timeline, which of course makes things difficult, but also increases the loot that you get. If you've defeated the boss, you gain 1 gaze of Orobyss, which will add an additional plus 10. So if I actually beat this guy, I will gain an additional 30 corruption to this timeline. But the reason why I need to fight him is he drops a lot of really good gear for my build. The weapon I have, the belt that I don't have, and I believe he drops a ring as well that I would like. Yes, and I do have the ring, but I don't have a great ring. I also don't remember what he does. But on 100 corruption, I think I can take him just fine. He can appear as multiple elements, so you never really know what you're going to get going into this. Unfortunately, lightning is the one element I don't have capped right now while I'm spinning. But we should be fine. This should be a big chill. So like, my build's not perfect, but it is at least functional. Which is, you know, everything you could possibly hope for. It really all came together when I got my chest piece, which I would still like to make better. But once I got my chest piece, I basically gain haste every time I attack something. There she blows. But I don't think that's better than the one I have. I don't believe it is. It looks worse. I don't know how to compare the other one. More resistance, which right now I don't really need. Void Pen with Doom, increased Leech, but we reduced melee damage Leech, Void damage Leech. Leech is a lot of my survivability, so unfortunately this is not better. It also only has 1 legendary potential, just like the one I'm wearing. Legendary potential is very important for creating endgame gear. And it involves a dungeon, not the one I'm going to show you today, because unfortunately I don't have a good legendary thing to tell you. Not to show off, but I can tell you how it works. So unfortunately, I did not get the weapon, but it's okay. It's no big deal. I'll fight him again.
Yes.
And again. And again. And again. So with all that out of the way, well, I should check my armor before this. It was like, well, that's a decent increase. Decent increase from what I remember. So when it comes to dungeons, you can see my lovely key tab here. Look at it. It's beautiful. You need to find a key, and then you need to... Look at my beautiful tabs of just... I don't know what to do with it, so I'm going to throw it in here. That's what this has become.
Yes.
Yes, you need the key for the dungeon. There are 3 dungeons. And the one I'm going to show you today is one that's going to give me a bunch of relics. Which is the Lightless Arbor. I'm not sure why it took so long to port out, but if you're ever lost, like I always get on where this dungeon is, you can right-click the key, and voila, it points you right towards the teleporter. Such a convenient feature that I accidentally found. I'm sure it tells you on the tooltip, and I'm just like, ignoring that. So, let's see. I wish there was a way to sort this. These are my prophecies. I'm level 7 right now with the Circle of Fortune, which I think is the best of the 2 loot guilds. I don't know. But by killing rare enemies in the Lightless Arbor, we'll gain 5 Exalted Relics. And I need a relic really bad. Really bad. Now, with the whole my survivability not being great right now, I don't know if I could even take level 4, but I haven't unlocked it yet, so we're going to go into tier 3. Each dungeon has its own unique mechanic, and they all say, no translation found. But essentially what this one does is, around me is this light from this flaming crystal. Any enemy that attacks me from outside the crystal's light is going to deal a lot of damage. And if I am not within the crystal light, I'm just going to take a whole bunch of damage. So you're supposed to, as you can see, it has the number there. It's down to 97. As you take damage while the crystal is on you, you lose some of that light. So what you're supposed to do is like use the D to move it about and call it back. I need to start adding. I see every exalted item because they have special or higher level affixes than you can normally get. But I need to start ignoring them. I also have it labeled so that it shows if there's one that's like 7. I think it shows both 6 and 7. Tier 6, tier 7 affixes. But anyway, I check anyway. Eventually, I'm sure I'll ignore it, but since I'm still hunting for, you know, very specific pieces, that would hurt if it hit me. The best part about the spin to win build, first of all, you get to sing. Spin to win till you die. And in this game, if you stop spinning, you do die. Well, once the build's functional anyway. Just on the higher difficulties. The second best thing is that I just move fast, so I can move out all the stuff. Again, I'm pretty sure that came from my chest piece. Yeah, this thing. Okay. Typically you don't... Oh, wait, that was my prophecy. You don't want to stop like this, if you can help it. I don't see any that have what I want, though. Shite. I'm looking for all resistances while channeling. I think I said that earlier, but... Unfortunate. Unfortunate. That's why I picked up a bunch of them. I think I have something else as well. From this dungeon. Or is it... Maybe it's not this dungeon, but it says any dungeon. Can't remember. We're going into the next area, which will, of course, increase the enemy health, but also increase the quality of stuff that they drop. I am much tankier than I was last time I was here. That 50% armor, I'm already feeling it, and it feels good. By the way, now my abilities. I suppose I can explain them. The important thing is my right-click. This entire build is about the spinning and winning. I spin to win. I get to sing. My R here is my volatile reversal, which sends me back in time. It's very cool, but I also don't use it very often. The main reason to use it is in conjunction with my W, the Sigils of Hope, which is a paladin skill. It gives me a bunch of buffs, and then I can press R to go back in time and get all my mana back. Because I don't do that mana regen thing. Mana is for squishies, and I'm no squishy. Actually, I'm pretty squishy, but you know what I mean. Prophecy fulfilled. Great. Once again, I see nothing great there in my quick scanning. My E is the shield slam, which I had to use during the encounter with, what's his face? Heorot. Not an ability I use very often anymore. I kind of wonder if I should replace it, but it's a way I can move out of stuff if I need to. Not something I do very often. And then my Q is actually very important. My Q drops a little bubble. I'm sure I used it on Heorot and didn't explain it all like a rude boy. It's that bubble. Basically, I get huge damage bonuses inside the bubble. And I think enemies take damage from my dot or something. Honestly, all I understand is enemies die faster when I put it down, so good stuff. What more is there to understand? Ah, spinning and winning. I don't know what it is about spin to win, but spin to win is basically like meditating. It's why it's my favorite build. It's just so relaxing. And I can play it with one hand. You know, for reasons. Like moving my hand around when I talk, as if I were Italian, which I'm not. Not even of Italian descent. Can't even do that American trick. Yeah. What is that? It's something? I think it was garbage. I have a few things that light up just because I want to steal the, break it apart for its affixes. The crafting in this game is so good. It is easily the best of any ARPG. I know PoE has some crafting, but I never really understood it. I also haven't played in many leagues, so who knows. It could be good. I'm interested in PoE too. Probably play it. Hi, quest person. It's time to fight the boss. Okay, this boss can be a little tricky. The way this boss works is the boss isn't here yet. I mean, he's here, but he's not. He's basically in the middle, throwing crap at you. It's very unfortunate. I almost died. You need to break those walls, and then you need to send the light over there to set it on fire. You can see it slowly, the kindling slowly increasing. Oh my goodness gracious, I might die here. But you want to be near the light so that you don't take damage. Like bonus damage. Okay, cool. It's here. We're leaving. Why did this have damage to it? I don't know. Now we put that there. We're in the light. Now we're chilling. I'm spinning, even though I don't have to right now. A lot of my survivability, by the way, comes from... Oh dear. It's leeching. Are you burning yet? I think you're on fire. You're on fire, cool. Once he's on fire, he falls down. Then you enter his face, and now we fight the heart. Which is basically the same thing, but, you know. More moving. Which I'm good at. Oh yeah, I could have used reversal. That's how little I use reversal. If you take a bunch of damage, you could just reverse. And, you know, not take it. Assuming you don't die. One-shots are a thing, and I get one-shot frequently. Oop. There's a reversal, I used it. There's also like a little explosion that happens with it, and enemies take more damage if they're near me when I reverse. That's cool. Not something you want to use very often, though, because you literally go back in time. But yeah, that was, this is the first dungeon. The other ones are more difficult. I say that as if I didn't almost die here. None of these looked appetizing, so we'll just leave them. Don't care. I'm recording a video right now. Should have just left them to begin with. If they aren't glowing red, I don't care. So one of the main features about this dungeon is that you can spend extra gold that you have. As I'm part of the Circle of Fortune, I don't have a huge use for my gold. The other item places the merchantry, so you do want to keep your gold for that. And you can get additional bonuses. So add to chest that drops several exalted helmets. Why not? I need a helmet. Chest that drops a rare item, an exalted item, a unique item. Sure. Chest that drops several exalted items. Down. Ooh, Runes of Ascendance are good, but it's not all my money good. So we'll decline that. Decline that one as well. Sure, I'll take more exalteds. Many rooms and glyphs. Alright, we're done now. Maybe I should take that. That was exalted jewelry. I need that. Oh no, that's fine. And now the vault is open. Look at our beautiful riches. I'm gonna have to read all this crap. Wow. I think I have that already. I don't have this one, though. But, yeah. Basically just looking for anything lighting up. Nothing is really lighting up. Which is very unfortunate. But, it is what it is. That actually looked like it could have been okay. Although, again, I need the purple. The purple set is the exalted stat, and I need that to be all resistances while channeling. If it's not all resistances while channeling, do we even care? Could also use a good helmet. I wouldn't call that a good helmet, but I could use one. Alright. That's what it is. So in the search for good items, there is one more place we can go. And that, of course, is the second dungeon. So the Soulfire Bastion is over here in the Imperial era. And this dungeon, unlike the previous one, the Lightless Arbor, which has the grand vault that you can pour all of your gold into if you desire, this one has its own unique resource. And once again, we're also on level 3. This one's level 92, so this could be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. And the mechanic for this place is that you can see around me there is a fire shield, but it was green not too long ago. You can use these souls, which are, again, in the bottom left, to swap your shield between being fire immune and being necrotic immune. Now, for the most part, this isn't all that important. Except, I mean, you can use it to ignore enemy damage, of course. That's pretty cool. But what it's really important for is the final boss. And some of these elites, I suppose. Hey, look, I went back in time. That fire AoE probably would have killed me if I wasn't completely immune to it. It might not have, who knows. For the most part, a general rule of thumb, I found anyway, in this first area, there tends to be more fire, and in the second area, there tends to be more necrotic damage. Like I said, the really important thing for this mechanic is the final boss. I suppose I can show the other dungeon as well. We might as well. We're here, right? I'm making the video. We're here. I can show it off. It's my least favorite by far, but it has one of the most powerful effects in the game. So, which I can't demonstrate because I don't have a good... Unless we find one. What are the chances we find one? Pretty low, I think. But we can talk about that when we get there. For now, I just have to go through this maze and find my way out. Ooh, hello, a red one. Oh. That wasn't what I wanted. I think that was red because it had a hybrid health in it. Which is probably one of the better affixes. It's both plus health and plus percentage health. It's very good. I don't have enough of it. I need more of it. That was bad. So yeah, the explosions kind of hurt. Who would have guessed? Most of my survivability in this build comes from my leeching. Part of a Void Knight thing. One of my talents. Lets me leech 10%? Why does that feel high? Of all the damage ideal, is it 10? 10 feels high. But then again, I do rely on it, so maybe it is 10. I'd look, but I really prefer not to die. While I'm looking. The Dread Banner? Trash. Ugh. I don't even know why I picked it up. It's right here. 6%, 6%. Okay, that one makes more sense. 40% enemy damage. If I almost got one shot to the explosion now, I have a feeling that's going to continue. As far as the empowered blessings that we were going for at the start, the maze continues. Another one I could use for my survivability is armor wall channeling. I have just a flat armor increase right now, because that's what I rolled. But armor wall channeling can roll higher. So then, of course, we can get more of a bonus from the empowered blessing I actually got at the start of the video. Synergies like that are abundant, redundant, and everywhere. So it's important to know what you're looking for. But at the same time, Last Epoch does a good job of not being very hard until you make it hard. Because, like, this is the end game, basically. But as you're leveling up and, you know, faffing about at the start of the end game, you can kind of just do anything. Like, I leveled with Warpath, the spin to win, which is not recommended. Not recommended, really. And I have an alt druid named Fawn for Force of Nature. Also, you know, Fawn's just easy and fun to say. That is doing a weird build that I don't think anyone else is really doing it much. Where the whole point of the build is to have this, like, aura that bounces, that's around him at all times, that deals damage. It's basically like a spin to win, but I'm not spinning. Magic is spinning for me. But the trick is that it's not a pure Maelstrom build, like a Spellcaster Maelstrom. It's that I'm constantly in Werebear form, while also having this spinny thing around me. It's very peculiar, but really fun. And, like, I'm leveling with it, which is not the recommendation. But, you know, it's working out. Imagine if I were playing a meta build. Wonder how much fun that would be. Couldn't tell ya. I did think about trying a Warlock. But I wanted Apatia to be my... Oh, I suppose I should actually hunt for this thing. Just killing stuff. Just chilling, you know? I wanted to do another stream with Apatia and have her be my first genuine Alkalite level up. So I never went for the Warlock, which I thought about doing. I thought about it. But, you know. Just, never streamed it again. Don't know why. The servers are stable now, so I can. The whole reason I didn't want to do offline mode like a bunch of other streamers did was because I had hopes that I could drag some of my friends to play. 2 of them. But I couldn't. Ironically, they both want to play WoW with me. The difference is one wants to play Season Discovery and the other wants to play Retail. And while I was playing SOD for a little bit, I just don't. Just no. I'm good. I got very sidetracked while I'm hunting for this exit. It may be over here. I'm just gonna start running now. But this build got a lot more fun after I got haste on hit. I believe that's my chest piece. I'm dying. I'd like to not die. This also was a dead end, I think. Great! Yep. That's a lot. There's a lot going on here. Let's drop my bubble. And try not to die. Where is this? It's probably on the right, then. I had to guess. The guy wants to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to him. He has nothing to say. Just, hey, we should find the thing. And he's right, we should find the thing. Of course. It's right here. The Soul Furnace. As you kill things, like, it's not the worst thing to kill stuff, because you get more of these soul embers. I'm up to 1165. Alrighty. This is the boss. So just like with the previous boss, he is a mechanic. He is fire himself, so he's casting fire spells. But what you need to watch out for is that. The stuff that comes in from the outside, it needs to be, or you need to match it. Okay, I switched to necrotic because the floor is killing me. I think I could survive that, yeah. Thought I got one shot by something here. Switch to fire. Don't die. Okay. Switch to necrotic. Cool. Lich's Envy. Nice. Some legendary ring. Glyph of Chaos. We got some orange stuff, which is my marker doing stuff that's not helpful. Ooh, 20% Warpath. That was the only part that was good about that, though. The rest of it was garbage. All garbage. I'll take that to break it down. Just kidding. Alright. Now here comes the important part of this. Using the soul embers that I didn't consume to switch my auras, we can go to this guy. And we can
with delight when I give him my
purchase stuff.
Now
as
about
mentioned.
those soul embers.
Yeah.
Care to let me see your whole friend? Well spent.
The relics are really important to me.
Embers well
So we're
spent.
gonna roll all of them.
Yeah, lucky you.
Okay. Really? If one of these, this could actually be good if one of them rolls, both of these are, oh, spell crit. Get rid of that shit. Please roll. Nope. Garbage. Wasted stat.
Fantastic work. Formosa's
Well.
will clatter with delight when I give him my report. Now about those soul embers. Care to let me see your whole friend?
I'm gonna do some accessory. Well, how many do I have? 800. We'll do some accessory rolling, and I'll let you know if anything magical happens.
Lucky you.
I have low expectations, though. All right. I don't think I'm gonna get anything out of this. I did get a new legendary, the Arboreal Circuit, which is pretty cool. Minion armor. Typically, when it comes to minion stat bonuses, people look for damage, which, you know, understandable. Understandable. So I'm gonna... I do like the melee void damage, but we are going to stop that. Because 8% is a small number. Can't say I'm a fan of the damage reflection, though. But, you know. What? Yeah, that keeps my fizz res over 75%. Alright. Alright. It's fine. Just sort this inventory real quick. So the third dungeon, the third and final dungeon, is the Temporal Sanctum. This is my least favorite dungeon, but we'll see if I can make it through. Part of the reason this is my least favorite dungeon is it's very... The boss is kind of hard for me, but also because getting to the boss is more of a pain than it was in the last dungeon. Sometimes you just get there, and sometimes you get got. And of course, level 95 for tier 3. Ugh, might not be able to make it. I can't show you exactly how this works.
Dares intrude upon my research. No matter. They cannot reach me.
Sure about that. But this one leans really into the whole Last Epoch bit with the time travel. Our current ability... Maybe I can show something off here? We'll see. The new ability for this dungeon is the Temporal Shift. So, we press D, and we go between the realms, and what we're looking for is we're looking for gateways that are closed in... Or, you know, if they're closed, we hope they're open in another realm. And unlike the Soul Ember one, I don't actually need to kill anything here unless I wanted pray into the Dark Gods to drop something. Which, you know, unlikely so far with my luck. Typically speaking, the way out of here is in this northern section, so we want to keep going up if we can. Which we cannot. Spin to win does... Hello? Occasionally have some unfortunate interactions. One is when we shift the realm, sometimes I get stuck. But there's also some where some tile sets make me move awkwardly. It's very bizarre. Don't like it. But so far it looks like I'm on the right path. Maybe not? Maybe not. Hello? No, we'll keep spinning and winning either way. The best part about this build... Ah, here we go. Compared to other versions of the spin to win, this build actually has a lot of single target damage. I know on the bosses it hasn't looked very impressive, but as I hit things, I stack Time Rot on them, which I believe can stack up to 12 times, which deals damage over time.
Such power. There is
But,
only one explanation.
Is there? I have a multiplier where I deal bonus damage to things per time run on top of them. So as I'm hitting a single unit, spinning on top of them, winning on top of them. See that? This weird movement? That's not me. Just the tile set. Kicking me around. The man's keeping me down. Holy shit, that hurt. The man's keeping me down. What was I saying? Let's talk about something. Then I got distracted by being kicked around by the tile set. And nearly one shot. Ah, the life of the spin to win. Oh yeah, my time rot. So yeah, the single target for this is actually surprisingly good. As long as you don't die. Something silly. And are allowed to sit there and spin. Another fun part of this build is a Void Knight mechanic. It's not a mechanic of this build. It's just... Hey, look at that! Built into the Void Knight bit. Where when I deal damage, I have a chance to cause an echo of whatever I was doing. So, because I'm spinning, the echo is spinning. So my little echoes are basically damage over time effects that are stationary. It's pretty cool. It's boss time. I don't like this lady. She is very rude, and the teleport is very important. Because that will one-shot you. So we'll teleport out.
Escape is impossible.
Now we have this healing fountain. Oh my goodness, that thing on the ground deals a lot of damage. So essentially, we do not want to be standing in crap. And it hurts. Yeah, that's what happens on this. So now that we're back at the end of time, I can basically just explain real quick what that's for. The main reason to go to that dungeon is to make legendary items. Legendary items in this game are not dropped. What drops are unique items with legendary potential. There can be 1 to 4 legendary potential on an item. The higher the legendary potential, I think the more affixes it can take from an exalted item. So the only legendary I have right now is my Apathy's Maw, my weapon from that Orobyss asshole. And I tried to fuse it with an exalted item, and I ended up rolling the increased stun chance with melee attacks, which is not great. But it does mean that when I'm doing a monolith, nothing can really attack me. So if I don't get one shot by something off the screen, I'm usually pretty good. And I can just show you what that looks like real quick. You're in the Black Sun. I believe I was raising this corruption. Yes, this has 119 corruption. That's not a lot, but it's fine. I could have gone back to the other one, but the reason I came here is because I need to get another blessing from this place. And I don't have the greatest... I guess we'll go this way and just reveal. That's fine. I'm only going to do one of these monolith runs real quick to show you what it looks like. Because this is what this build truly excels at. I've been fighting bosses and high health stuff. But a monolith run is where we excel. Now all the monoliths basically have... There's what, 3? There's like 3 or 4 quests. In this one we need to slay enemies to locate the Haruspix Orion. So the goal is to run through here, kill stuff, and then it will show me where the boss is. I walked into him on accident. Very fun. Then we kill him. Like so. Ja-ja! Echo conquered. We get some loot. We open the portal. We leave. Boom. GG. And that is the end game for Last Epoch. The end game has basically been the game's biggest, I wouldn't say criticism, but weakness. And it's not the mechanics of the endgame. I think the mechanics of the endgame are very good. It's just the amount of endgame, which makes sense. The game just came out in 1.0. So for a 1.0 release, I actually think there's quite a lot here. And my character is basically done. You know, if I wanted, I've seen the monoliths. I played through them all. If I wanted to stop now, that'd be perfectly fine. But you can, of course, push your character more and more and more. I had a video pop up on my recommended feed that I think someone was doing 500 corruption as a falconer, which is absolutely obscene. So you can go high. You can keep going. But for now, this is where I am. This is what I've been doing, just having fun when I'm relaxing. And I hope it was fun to watch. If you want to see more Last Epoch, feel free to let me know. If you have any suggestions for how I can be better, feel free to let me know. There's one thing I don't know about, and that is experimental gear. I was told to keep it, or, I heard, to keep it, because there's something you can do with it in crafting that I don't understand. Like, for example, we can take this, and you can put in the Rune of Research. So you can basically... I don't know how this works. I think the idea that was briefly told, that I read, was you can take an experimental affix and put it on a unique of the same item type? I don't know. So if someone can explain that to me better, I'd love to hear it. But thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed Ganun Gagap and his spin to win. If you like to see my stats, these as they are. Thank you to the patrons and the channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. If you'd like to stay up to have a channel, feel free to join the description down below. And I'll see if you want to see more. Bye.